Here's my create person form. So let's have a look at the events that we can use that exist inside our page. So let's start off by looking at the name field. So if I go into the properties box, properties panel over here, you can see that there are various types of events open to us. So tap on the name field and into the properties panel, and you can see we've got these events on change, on enter, on leave, on enter key press. And so what we can basically do is we can make something happen when the cursor moves out of this field. Sorry, wrong way around. On change means obviously when a value is changed here, we'll get a trigger, an event happening. That's on change. On enter means that we actually move the cursor into this field. On leave means obviously we're moving out of this field. And on enter key press basically means that we're inside the field. We haven't actually necessarily clicked outside the field, but we have actually pressed the enter key. So there are those 4 events. And just below that, there's a sort of extra bit to do with on change. But we'll come to that when we demonstrate that. Let's play with this one. Let's do something to do with, for example, let's do on leave. Okay, so let's imagine you've typed something in here and then you click somewhere else. So for example, you're moving from the name field into the age field, and let's trigger something when you leave the field. So down here, I'm going to select call a microflow. Now we don't actually have a microflow in existence for this, so I'm going to create a new one, and let's do something like let's change name uppercase. Okay, so change name upper. I'll create a microflow called change name upper. It's over here. And so what's going to happen is when this is triggered, it's going to pass in a person. So now let's go into our toolbox. What we could do is we could change the person object. Okay, so I'm going to open it up. What are we going to do? I'm going to take the person object and let's change the name. Okay, let's do something like let's make it go uppercase. Now there's a function called to uppercase, and into that what we can do is we can pass the person / name. There we go. So we're going to take the name and we're going to set it to be, well, whatever the original value is of person name, we're going to turn it into uppercase. So if I save that, I'm just going to click refreshing client, save that, and let's recreate the app and see what happens when we try this event. The app is running. Let's give it a go. So if I go into person here, if I type something in, now notice that the cursor is still in that field, so nothing's happening. But the moment that I click outside the field, that on leave event handler will fire and it's going to run my microflow. So let's see what happens. There we go. I click outside and it turns it into something else.